They didn't just speak your name, they spoke it like a prayer answered. Even the skeptics couldn't hide the softness in their eyes. The air in the room changed when they described your laugh. You became real to them the moment they saw how happy you made their soulmate. They didn't have to convince anyone. Your love spoke for itself. Every detail about you was told with a smile that couldn't be faked. You weren't just a name in a conversation. You became a presence in their hearts. Their parents looked at each other in a way that said, "This is different." Some reactions were loud, others were quiet, but all were unforgettable. The more they spoke, the more everyone in the room wanted to meet you. They described you like they'd been waiting their whole life to do it. It wasn't just about telling them, it was about letting them into a secret they'd been keeping with love. Your story became part of their family story that night. The warmth in their words melted even the coldest doubts. You were no longer just their partner. You were now family in everyone's eyes. They told their friends about you like they were introducing a hero from their favorite story. You weren't a stranger anymore. You were a blessing they couldn't stop talking about. Their siblings already started imagining you at the dinner table. You became the reason their parents smiled a little wider. They didn't speak about you, they glowed about you. Your name brought a light into the room that couldn't be ignored. The moment your soulmate said, "I've met someone," they knew it was serious. Even those who doubted love began to believe again. They didn't introduce you as a partner. They introduced you as their future. Your story was told with a pride that can't be taught. They didn't just mention you, they honored you. The room leaned in when they started speaking about you. It was the kind of introduction people don't forget. Some hearts softened that night without a single word spoken in their favor. The sound of your name carried the weight of forever. Even their most guarded family member couldn't hide a smile. They made sure everyone knew. You were not just important, you were essential. It wasn't an announcement, it was a celebration. You became the topic everyone wanted to know more about. The joy in their voice was the only proof anyone needed. They spoke about you like they'd been practicing the words for months. Your story was told as if it were the greatest plot twist in their life. You became real in their family's eyes before you even arrived. It was more than just sharing a relationship, it was sharing a destiny. They painted you into their family's picture with words. Even the quiet ones in the room were listening closely. You were described with the kind of detail reserved for the most precious memories. Their friends joked, but deep down they admired it. No one missed the way their eyes sparkled when they talked about you. Your love story became a family story in seconds. The way they spoke about you left no room for doubt. Even the people who barely knew them could tell you meant everything. They didn't just talk about you, they told everyone how you made them better. The moment they spoke your name, you became part of something bigger. It wasn't an introduction, it was an invitation into their future. Their family reacted like they'd been waiting to hear about you. You became the name they'd remember long after the night was over. Their friends leaned forward like they were listening to a love song. It wasn't just that they told them, it was how they told them. They didn't just bring you into their life, they brought you into their world. Your love was spoken into existence in that room. The moment they said, "This is the one," the atmosphere shifted. Even the doubters had no words to argue with what they saw in their eyes. You became more than a partner. You became their family's newest favorite story. It wasn't about getting approval, it was about sharing joy. Your soulmate made sure the world around them knew you existed. The pride in their voice was unshakable. Every reaction was a reflection of the impact you've made. Some didn't know what to say. Others couldn't stop talking about you. The moment your name left their lips, you became unforgettable. They didn't say you were perfect. They said you were perfect for them. It wasn't just your story they shared, it was your shared dreams. They described your kindness before anything else. Even those who doubted love left with a little hope. Your name felt like it belonged in their family all along. They spoke about you like they'd been waiting to tell the world. You were not just mentioned, you were celebrated. It was the kind of conversation that changes everything. They told your story with more emotion than you ever imagined. Everyone could see this wasn't just love, it was destiny. Their friends listened like they were being told a legend. Your love became the most beautiful rumor that night. They didn't have to say much. Their happiness said it all. It was the first time in a long time they spoke about someone without hesitation. Your name became part of the family's vocabulary instantly. They introduced you like someone introduces a miracle. Your story made even the most cynical smile. They told them how you made them feel at home in a way no place could. You were the first person they wanted to talk about, and the last they stopped. Every detail about you was told with pride. Your soulmate didn't just share who you are, they shared why they can't live without you. Some reacted with laughter, others with tears, but all with love. You weren't just added to their life, you became the center of it. Your love was spoken about like it had been written in the stars. They made sure no one left that room without knowing your name. Your soulmate's happiness became contagious that night. They described you as more than a person, as a turning point in their life. Even strangers in the conversation felt something shift. You were not just mentioned, you were honored. They spoke of you as if they had found rare treasure. It wasn't about impressing anyone, it was about telling the truth. Your name was the part of the story that made everyone smile. Even the ones who had doubts left feeling curious about you. They didn't just tell them, they made them feel you. Your soulmate spoke your name like a promise they intend to keep forever. It was more than just words, it was the unveiling of a life together. Your name filled the room like music. They didn't just share your story, they shared their future. Even the quietest person in the room couldn't help but react. Your soulmate made sure your name felt like home to everyone. They didn't ask for approval, they declared their choice. The joy in their tone told the whole story. They spoke as if every moment with you was worth telling. Your name became a moment they'll remember forever. It wasn't just a conversation, it was history being made. They never expected your name to be the one their soulmate said. When they told their family about you, the room went silent. Some smiled, some stared, but everyone felt the shift in the air. It wasn't just a confession, it was the start of a new chapter. One person's heart raced with joy, another's with disbelief. The way their mother's eyes lit up said more than words ever could. Their friends laughed, not because it was funny, but because they were happy. And in that moment they knew, you weren't just a chapter, you were the book. Your name was spoken, and suddenly you existed in their world too. No one could hide their feelings, every expression told a story. Even the ones who doubted couldn't stop smiling deep down. You've become a conversation they can't stop having. They told their family about you, not because they had to, but because they couldn't keep you a secret any longer. When your name was spoken, hearts softened and old wounds quietly healed. It was more than an introduction, it was a declaration of love to the people who mattered most. Some reacted with surprise, others with quiet understanding, but all with curiosity. They painted a picture of you so vividly that everyone in the room felt like they already knew you. Their voice carried pride, not hesitation, when they spoke about you. Even those who were skeptical couldn't deny the happiness in their eyes. It wasn't just your love story anymore, it became a family story. The moment your name entered their home, it stayed there. Some leaned in to hear more, others stepped back to process what they'd just learned. It's rare for someone to speak about another person with that much certainty. They didn't just tell their family you existed, they told them you were the one. You became a part of their world before you even walked into it. The room changed the moment they said your name. Even silence became a form of approval that day. You were not just a guest in the conversation, you became the main character. Their friends joked, teased, and smiled, but everyone saw the glow in their eyes. They didn't describe you with facts. They described you with feelings. Your name carried warmth, like a favorite song playing for the first time. They didn't tell their family hoping for approval. They told them because you were already approved in their heart. Your love became real to everyone who heard about it. The conversation wasn't just about who you are, but about what you mean to them. They introduced you like someone introduces a dream that finally came true. Their parents exchanged glances, the kind only parents understand. Some people in the room smiled politely, but the ones who mattered smiled genuinely. You became a part of the family long before you shook their hands. When they spoke about you, their friends stopped scrolling on their phones and started listening. It's rare for someone to describe another person as if they're describing home. They didn't just share your name, they shared their future with you. Every word about you carried a softness that only love can create. It wasn't a casual mention, it was a moment of bravery and truth. They didn't say, "I'm seeing someone." They said, "I found my person." Your story entered their family like sunlight spilling through the window. Even the ones who were quiet were secretly rooting for you. The way they described you made it impossible not to like you. They didn't say your name, they celebrated it. When they told their best friend about you, there was no jealousy, only joy. Their siblings already started imagining the day they'd meet you. You weren't a stranger in their home. You were already a memory in the making. Some people reacted with questions, others with quiet nods, but all with interest. They spoke about you like someone speaks about their favorite place in the world. It wasn't just a conversation, it was an unveiling of the life they wanted. You could hear the pride in every syllable. No one in that room doubted that you were important. Even their toughest critics smiled when they saw the way they lit up talking about you. It wasn't an announcement, it was a confession of happiness. Your story was met with more warmth than you ever expected. Every reaction that day, good or bad, meant you were unforgettable. They didn't speak about you to impress anyone. They spoke because they couldn't help it. Your name was the only thing they couldn't say without smiling. They introduced you to their family long before the handshake, in their words. Even the ones who didn't understand respected it. The people who matter most now know the person who matters most to them. Your story became a part of their family history in that moment. They didn't just say your name, they said, "My soulmate." You didn't just make an impression, you made an entrance without being there. Their friends couldn't stop asking questions about you. They told the story of how you met like it was a fairy tale. Some laughed, some teared up, all were touched. Your love became real to them the second they heard about it. Even the quiet ones in the room felt the weight of what was said. They spoke about you like they had been waiting their whole life to do it. Your name felt like it belonged in their family's vocabulary. Their family didn't just hear about you, they felt you. The way they said your name made it sound like a promise. Their friends teased them, but everyone could see the truth in their smile. Your love story became the favorite topic of the night. They didn't talk about you in passing. They talked about you with passion. It wasn't just approval they got, it was excitement. The whole room knew you were different. They didn't just talk about you, they honored you. Even those who didn't say a word were quietly impressed. Your love became public, and it was celebrated. Their words painted you as more than just a partner, as a soulmate. The ones who mattered didn't ask, "Why you?" They asked, "When can we meet?" They weren't just telling a story, they were sharing a treasure. Your presence was felt without you being in the room. They introduced you like someone introduces hope.